Hello everyone, my name is Dallas McLean, and this is the video showing the My Laser Tripwire Pi project. Now on the inside of the case that I made to hold the Pi, you can see the Pi and all the various wires going in and out of it. And on the right, you'll see that the case is closed and that there's a speaker that is actually connected to the Pi, sitting there. The hardware used in this is a laser, a 1 UF capacitor, a light-dependent resistor, and 3 female-to-female jumper wires. Now, additional hardware used was 3 female-to-male jumper wires and a breadboard for testing, the speaker, which I'll explain its purpose later on, and tape and a straw to help secure everything and focus the laser. So what does it do? Once set up, whenever the light from the laser is broken, a series of actions will take place. These actions include when a speaker is connected, it will play sound. It will send an email to a specified address. It will send a text message to a specified number. And it will log the information to a log file. The GPIO pin setup here is the testing setup that I used with the breadboard, but it is connected the same way even without the breadboard. The 3-volt is connected to one end of the LDR. The negative end of the capacitor is connected to the ground, and the other end of the LDR and the positive end of the capacitor are connected to GPIO pin 4, which is the Python numbering. Now, this is the first problem that I ran into. This was right after I had everything connected with the breadboard, and I tried running a script to see what the value that the LDR was printing. So I put from GPIO 0 import light sensor to get the light sensor class and made a light sensor object that was connected to the 4 pin, and print laser tripwire underscore LDR dot value prints what it would be recording. But for the longest time I couldn't figure out what was going on because it was printing 0, meaning complete darkness. Now, I spent hours trying to figure out what was going on. I took capacitors out and replaced them. Same thing with the LDR and the wires. And at one point, I even took out the breadboard and just connected directly from the pins to the LDR and the capacitor. Still 0. Sometime after this point, I eventually said, well, why don't I just point the laser at the LDR? And I did it, and then it finally worked. So I don't know if the light in my room isn't like the correct light or if it isn't strong enough, but that was the first problem I ran into. Every other problem came from the writing of the Python script. The other problems I came across when writing the Python script was originally using the WinDark method, which is part of the light sensor class. Whatever it's equal to, which is a function, it will run that function whenever it detects darkness. Now, I had this originally running a function that printed something to the screen, worked fine. When I tried to do that and another line where it did it by playing a sound, did not work. Spent a few hours trying to figure out the problem, then realized I should probably just move on. It was at the very start. I didn't figure out the solution to this problem until I got done figuring out how to send an email. I wrote a function to actually do that, and then when I used it with the WinDark method, worked fine. But whenever I added in another line that said to print something to the screen, it stopped working. So after like 20 or so minutes of testing that out, I came to the conclusion that I can only have one. Easy solution, just have everything that needs to be done when the laser's tripped all in one function. The next problem came when sending emails on the command line. I had finished writing everything in my Python editor, and I moved on to using it on the command line, running it there. However, it would get tripped up on a part inside this with statement that was context equals email context. To make a long story short, what ended up happening was that the with statement that I was using was part of Python 3. And I was running the statement as Python, the path to the script, which ran the script in Python 2.7. What I needed to do was run it with Python 3, path to script, and it'll run it in Python 3, and that finally made it work. After I figured all that out, I set it to be ran at reboot by editing the cron tab, and now it works fine. So who is this for? I would say that this Pi project is valid for anyone who's looking to increase physical security. I mean, who's going to be expecting a laser tripwire? And if you had it hidden well enough, they won't see it coming. It also sends out the text message and email pretty fast. And if you wanted them to not know that they got caught, you could also either just not have a speaker plugged in, or even better, just comment out the line where it says to play the audio file. Finally, the lessons I learned from this project. The main lesson that I learned is that perseverance and determination is key. There was so many times where I felt like I was just banging my head against the wall, but I'm glad that I didn't give up when doing those, because I eventually figured it out and I got it done. Other lessons that I learned, how to code in Python, the fact that the answer is probably really simple and right in front of your face, and you're just not seeing it, and also how to set up a laser tripwire Pi. This is the video showing off the laser tripwire Pi project. My name is Dallas McBain. Thank you for watching.